Hello, welcome to Tuesday's programme. I'm John T. Messer.
And I'm Kylie Pentelow. Coming up tonight between now and 6:30.
Good evening. 5 months after devastating floods hit the Cornish community of Coverack, most families who were forced from their homes are still unable to return.
Some of those worst affected face a Christmas in temporary accommodation after intense rainfall led to houses being damaged and property washed out to sea.
Well, let's cross live to our Cornwall correspondent Steve Hardy, who is in Coverack for us tonight. Steve, still very much a community there that is recovering from that incident.
Well, here's a reminder of just how bad the flooding was. 180 millimetres of rain fell in just 3 hours. That's more than 3 times the average for the whole of July. And the downpour was more intense than at Boscastle in 2004. Experts say there was no possibility rivers could cope with the rain, and the situation was exacerbated by rivers and drains being blocked by debris. In total, over 100 tonnes of silt and soil have now been removed from the riverbed and 50 tonnes of debris from the beach. On to other news now. Dartmoor Prison has been described as shocking for its failure to protect people from the risk posed by released inmates. A
schoolgirl who suffered birth injuries at a Devon hospital has been awarded nearly £20 million in damages.
Investigations are underway after a fire devastated a well-known Cornish pub. Flames engulfed the...
Anne-Marie Morris has had the Conservative whip restored. The Newton Abbot MP was suspended. Next on this evening's programme, the husband of Devon organ transplant campaigner Kirsty Tancock has welcomed new plans to introduce an opt-out system in England.
The 27-year-old from Honiton died just over a year ago, having undergone 2 double lung transplants. Well, today the Health Secretary unveiled plans which would assume consent for organs to be donated instead of people having to sign up to a register. Richard Lawrence reports. Now you're watching ITV News here in the West Country. Plenty more still to come on tonight's programme, including...
But first, over 10,000 people across our region are currently homeless, living in hostels, friends' houses or even in cars.
And whilst the sight of rough sleepers in our cities is increasing, with over 60 in Plymouth and Exeter alone, the charity Shelter told us there are even more people who don't show up in any of those statistics, the so-called hidden homeless. Chloe Keedy reports.
And the ITV News continues with the national and international stories at 6:30. Mary Nightingale has the details.
And a reminder of the main headlines here in the West Country this evening. Well, it's time for sport now. And Exeter City and Yeovil Town will both be looking to make progress in the FA Cup tonight. Yes,
the Glovers entertain Port Vale and City are at home to Forest Green Rovers. We can cross live to St James Park now, where we're joined by Jeff Welsh. Jeff, a potential money-spinning tie for the Grecians tonight if they can get through this evening.
Now, staying with football, and former Torquay player Adebayo Akinfenwa, also known as the Beast, has written a book about the challenges of being regarded as the strongest footballer in the world.
As well as scoring 14 goals in a season for the Gulls back in 2004, he went on to feature in one of the most popular football video games of all time. He says he's humbled by all the attention he gets. It was great to hear from Adebayo Akinfenwa there. Now, she will stand at 23 feet tall. She'll cost around £450,000 and she could become one of the most talked about women in Plymouth. We are talking about Bianca, the towering bronze statue to be installed outside the front of the city's Theatre Royal.
Our reporter Claire Manning has been out on the streets of Plymouth to try to gauge some of your opinions. Well, at least it's got people talking.
Always interesting, isn't it? Weather time now. We can speak to Kate, who's live at the Met Office in Exeter. Kate, we can see by the temperatures on your screen, and today it's been freezing, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Kate, thanks very much. I'm glad it's finally getting a bit warmer about time. That's it from all of us. I'll be back with the late news at 10:30.
Now I'll hand you to Mary Nightingale as the ITV News continues. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.